Welcome back to this week's edition of Modern Tech and Transformation. I'm Carla Hartman, and I'm very excited to have a new face with us this week, Vaibhav Gupta. He oversees our SAP practice here at Resolve Tech Solutions, and we felt he was the perfect person to bring on because recently CIO Insights has named Resolve Tech Solutions as one of the top 10 SAP innovators to watch in 2024. So Vaibhav, thank you for being with us today.
Thank you, Carla. It's really nice being here, and I really appreciate you to provide me such an opportunity where we represent RTS to a global extent. So,
Absolutely.
I really appreciate it.
So as I mentioned, Vaibhav oversees our SAP practice. So tell us a little bit about your background and what brought you here in your career.
It's been 20 years I'm working in SAP, Carla. I started my career back in India as a small developer in a manufacturing industry, and then joined SAP. I was part of SAP team. I did so many solutioning over there, so many developments over there. And then I moved to consulting. And approx 18 years I'm into SAP FICO consulting. I was an enterprise architect for IBM. I worked for SAP UK, I worked for SAP Germany, and I worked for SAP America via RTS. So I have seen so many things from SAP 4.7e to all the way to current SAP latest release, SAP S/4HANA 2024. So I have seen everything.
Great. Well, excited to hear some of your insights.
Thank you.
So you've had a really long career with SAP. Let's talk a little bit about the SAP evolution. You alluded to it, but let's dive deeper into that.
Yeah, actually, when we started our journey in SAP, especially when I joined RTS, we started with the implementation and what you call upgrade or migration from older version of SAP to the newer version. So we have done those kind of projects back in time, 10 years, approximately 10 years ago. And now after that kind of project, we are now dealing with entire MCT practice, as Anup already mentioned. And we are doing Greenfield implementation. We have done so much in SAP. We build our own product, which is now being published and marketed by SAP, DocuSign, and some other vendors globally. So we started from consulting all the way to implementation, now product development, and now we are doing our own implementations as well.
Which is
so
really
we
exciting.
have very deep root in SAP. And you know, right, RTS is SAP boutique shop. So we do everything related to SAP. We breathe SAP in and out. So.
Yes, absolutely. And that we have done brand surveys. That is our brand. So I can verify that.
Yes.
So talk to me a little bit about, we won this Innovator Award due to some of the accelerators and innovations you've created. Talk to me about those products.
So this is called Signature Centric,
Okay.
which is a common platform for all other signature providers, digital signature providers like DocuSign, Adobe Sign, and whatnot, right? With the help of this platform, they can actually integrate any of their business process within SAP. So, just imagine that you're doing or you're signing any document. So what you do basically, you download those documents from your desktop or from your SAP instance, sign it, and then again you upload back into your operational document. After this solution, you don't need to move out from SAP at any given point.
Oh, nice.
So this solution is not just designed for SAP. This is designed for any ERP. So that is what we have developed. Now we are integrating this particular application with Zuno Lab, Zuno.ai, right? And with the help of this application, your entire field ops, especially where workflow is required, those will be optimized. So this is kind of business process automation or optimization solution. So it's a BPA solution.
Yes.
So we built this solution from scratch. This came as a challenge for us because some of our core SAP folks, they raised their hand and they eventually came to us and we delivered. And so far it is doing good in market. So
Good. No, great. And as I said, that's part of the reason why we're winning these innovation recognitions and awards.
yes, we are global actually. This particular solution is being utilized almost across the globe like anything. Actually, we have customers in Japan, we have customers in South Asia, we have customers in US, Europe. If you go specifically France, Spain, and Germany, and if you talk about African, we are working with SAP SAP Waldorf on few opportunities in South Africa as well. So we are actually global.
Very
So-
cool. All the continents.
Oh yes, except few Middle Eastern countries,
Okay.
we are good to go everywhere. So-
Awesome. So another really remarkable thing that you've worked on recently is helping a major telco in multiple parts of their SAP system, processes, migrations. Tell us a little bit about that.
So this customer is ITAR customer. So
Okay.
it's another level of complexity over
For
there.
those who don't know what ITAR stands for, explain that.
So like I'm a customer and I'm dealing with federal government or DODs or defense like projects, right? In such kind of business scenario, we have to have certain compliance certification in our organization. Then only after the certification, only then we can deal with this kind of customers. So these kind of customers who comes into this category, they are called as ITAR customer. They
Okay.
have to have certain compliance, they have to meet certain security parameters, and then only they will qualify for this kind of categorizations.
Okay.
So this is SAP NS2, National
Yeah.
Security Services, right?
Okay. Tell us a little bit about this project and some of the challenges and also some of the successes.
So this customer is upgrading themselves. They're using legacy application, which is not very efficient. When it comes to interacting with customer, it is very complex process, right? And in this case, you have to be very realistic, very fast on submitting your codes and bids, right? So their legacy system is not very equipped. Every user has to do some manual activity before even submitting their bids, right? So they were looking for some ERP solutions, and eventually they drill down to Oracle applications and then SAP. So here come SAP actually. So other applications are not ITAR compliant. So the only choice which they have left is SAP. So we worked with SAP NS2 and we made a separate instance which we call as centralized or CIE instance specifically for this customer. So that they can upload their transactional data, their business data in SAP environment, SAP cloud environment, and then they execute their business process the way they're doing with their legacy applications. So that's one. With the help of this solution, now the entire operations related to this ITAR section is now centralized.
Oh, that's amazing.
They no need to go out from SAP and do their transactions on the legacy system. There's still some process where they are still relying on some of the legacy applications, but approximately 80% of the applications are now running in SAP.
What efficiencies have they seen from being able to run everything in a core business system?
So it's very hard to say at this point of time because it's just 4 months now, right?
Okay.
So, and after 1 year, we will basically have correct numbers. But when it comes to process execution, earlier they used to do manual activities. They download certain information from government servers, and then they update those information and then upload back, right? And there is a government portal through which they are uploading those information. So now this is fully integrated solution. So there is no manual activity. So there is no manual activity at all. We are now replicating or replacing their order portal as well. There is a last piece which left, which is non-SAP. So once this is also online within SAP, they will be executing their entire business, especially this ITAR section, efficiently in SAP itself.
So for greenfield implementations, because you have a lot of SAP experience, would this be like lower, mid, or high complexity?
This is between mid and high.
And how long does a greenfield implementation between mid and high complexity take?
That depends on customer and their business operation usually.
Okay.
But duration wise, it takes approximately 6 to 8 months.
Oh, that's not bad. That's faster than I would think, but we're all moving faster these
Yeah.
days. We have to.
Correct. So see, this is SAP BRIM implementation in SAP RISE instance.
Okay.
When it comes to RISE, there itself a complexity over there. System is, especially your infrastructure is not in your control. The moment you have less control on the infrastructure side, you have to rely more on other partners, right? Especially in this case, SAP and us too. So in that case, you have to follow certain additional SLAs, which is not there in your plan, right? And those are surprises basically. So those are the challenges. Next is their data. First of all, this is ITAR customer. Again, security is your topmost priority. You can skip certain process, certain business operations, but security cannot be ignored, right? So in this case, we have almost 7 layers of security, and then we are enabling user to go and log into SAP instance and then execute the transactions. So this is a very different level of security which we have delivered here. If you talk about commercial customer, non-ITAR customer, security might be only 2 or 3 levels. But here itself we have approximately 7 layers. So
And that in itself is very impressive that
yes.
Resolve Tech goes that deep into the security
Yes.
of some companies.
So that is the expertise we have. We have seen this. We evolved from what you call 0 to almost 70-80% now,
Yeah.
where we have entire strength in-house within our team. We don't need to look out for security resources. We don't need to look out for any specialized skills which is not available outside. We have those skilled resource in-house. So we have seen that kind of transitioning where we usually hire resources from outside. Now we have everyone in-house. So we are basically, for any SAP products, any SAP technology which is coming in, we are well prepared for those.
That's exciting. And it's a good place to be.
Yes.
It's also
absolutely.
probably been a beautiful, fun journey to see
Oh,
the
yes.
evolution as well.
See, market is growing.
Yeah.
Customers are more relying towards centralized environment where they can execute, they can secure their data. Not necessarily cloud, but cloud is the next thing, right?
Yeah.
Other than AWS, Google, or Azure, we have expertise in everything. So that is we are at a level where we can take any kind of project at this phase, So we have seen this thing. Earlier I have seen that we usually deny certain projects, but now we are taking every single projects.
Nice.
And luckily we are closing those projects as
Yes,
well.
absolutely. So for those of you listening in, if you want to meet Vaibhav in person and you're using SAP or interested in SAP, Resolve Tech Solutions, RTS, will be at SAP Sapphire, and Vaibhav will be showing off some of
Yes.
our innovative products at our kiosk. So be sure to stop by.
Sure.
You can drop us a message and we can make sure that we let you know where our booth is, and we also will be hosting a invitation-only dinner. So if you'd like
Sure.
to meet the man in person and you're going to SAP Sapphire, just want to add that. But thank you,
Sure.
Vaibhav, for being with us today.
Thank you, Carla. Thank you so much. And guys, we are here. If you need any help, just reach out to Carla and we'll get it done.
All right, appreciate it. Thanks,
Thank you.
everyone.
Thank you, everyone.